What if we added spikes? Bro, that looks amazing. Hey guys, what's up? My goal for this game is to make so that none of my viewers will be able to beat it. And right now, it is not at that stage. So let's do that. So basically, if you're new here, the objective of the game is to get to the white rectangle. There is no jumping, so you kind of have to fling yourself and hope for the best. So every game needs a main menu screen, so that's what I started out with. I tried to animate the player to do something, but the thing is, animating is not my strong suit. So I decided on it to just stand there. Then I made the play button a lot harder to click, added some cool music, and got a full main menu. So back to the actual game now. So before I add anything new to the level, I started to polish up some things. So I added a no frictions material so that you can't stick to certain things. Then I was thinking to myself, this level looks a bit toothless. I don't know why, it just did. I modeled a spike and boom. Oh yeah, and I also flipped the camera to add extra difficulty, which was surprisingly easy to do. All you have to do is take the camera and rotate it 160 degrees. And the best part is, the controls are inverted when you're upside down. So then I started having some people play test the game, and they all kind of seemed to die on the first jump, which was cool and all, but I kind of wanted people to enjoy the game a little. So I created a new scene in Unity, so I got work on a new, easier level and tried to introduce the mechanics. Eventually I settled on this design where you can not get through unless you go into the vertical position. Then that way, then you can get all the way through to the other side as long as you don't fall like I did. I did a lot of tweaking to the level and I settled on this. So I noticed after I made this first level, the gap between this level and my other one is a pretty big gap. So what I needed to do is make a bunch of other levels to fill in that gap. And make them super cool as well. I created a camera spinning thing, and I think it turned out pretty cool. Also, the reason why I changed the player size is so that the mechanics will be different and everything will be changing, so you have to get good at every single one you play. Here's the final product. So after this level, I created 3 more levels before we got to the original level I was making. And FYI, I'm not going to be showing every single level I make so that y'all will actually have some obligation to play. So I was making this death animation, right? The thing is, I've never made a death animation before, so I could not figure out the syntax for this. A couple hours later, I got it. Anyway, back to level creating, I started to work on a new one. Don't ask me why the player is going to be skinny. Then I made this spear thing that will like stab. Then, of course, I added some post-processing as usual. Added a breathing effect, and here's the final result. Alright, nice, that's another level. So in this new level, I really wanted to have a new mechanic. So I figured out that if you are on a slant, it will actually propel you upwards and will kind of give you a boost in a way. So I started making this certain level and I was having a really hard time making it look good. Spoilers, the end result is pretty amazing. If any of y'all are curious, the way I actually destroy a player after they fall off is I have a spike underneath the level that will send you to the death screen. I had no idea what to name this. Anyway, I was experimenting with some post-processing and then it hit me. What if this was a night-themed level? This looks actually cool. I am not a fan of this moving platform. So right after this level is the original level I was making, and I started to make a transition effect, and I did this to every single level, and it basically just fades in and out, and I think it turned out pretty good. To polish up one thing, I got rid of the cursor whenever you're in game because it was kind of getting annoying to look at, so I just set the visibility to false. Now that we got those easier levels out of the way, I was ready to work on an extremely hard one. I started toying around with the level and came up with some ideas. I decided I wanted the level to be pretty decently long, and I kind of landed on this, but it could be a lot harder. So I know post-processing doesn't make the level harder, but before I added the filters and camera movement, I first needed to check if this game was actually possible. So I guess I'll try to beat this. We'll see how it goes. So I decided I'm not going to try to beat this entire level in one go, just because that would take way too long. So instead, I'm just going to try to beat every individual jump. I'll save your time, but this one jump took forever. This jump took me 45 minutes. So I've already added way too many time lapses in this video. So instead, I'm just going to show you the times where I got the jumps. This jump was pretty easily, thankfully. This jump I had to do some tweaking, as you can see. This one also wasn't possible, so I had to tweak it as well. So I really wanted a moving platform at this part, but it was just so glitchy, so I settled on a ramp instead. This part was very tricky, but I got lucky. Finally, I made it to the last jump, and I barely made it over. Time to make this level 10 times harder. With the camera. Yep, That's great. This'll totally do. Added a lens distortion, and that about concludes the devlog. But before you go, I have some top-notch gameplay from the level that will pop up in a second. But first, if you guys want a part 3 to this level, I would love to do that. Just please let me know. And leaving a like, and if you're feeling extra generous, subscribing would be absolutely awesome. Thanks for watching.